Hello there. Today we are going to see how to use Google Collab, a programming tool in the cloud that Google offers us for free. Well, many times we will need to run a code. In this case, it is going to be Python, which is a very easy language that is used for many things. And we will need to create an environment with the libraries required by that code installed, so that it does not give us problems with another program that we have in Python for something else that requires other libraries that are not compatible. There are mechanisms to do this locally, such as the Anaconda development environment, but it's much easier to use a Google Cloud tool called Google Collab. Okay? We're going to go here, and the first thing we're going to look at is this example we have right here. I've asked ChatGPT to make a Python program that adds up 1,000 random numbers. This is very simple, but I could ask for it to program much more complex things. So it tells me, sure, here's an example, and it gives me the code I was looking for. I can now copy this code, and here it explains to me that it has created this program using a for loop to generate 1,000 random numbers. So it explains to me the process it has done. Well, the point is that I want to be able to run this without having to worry about libraries or anything. So what I'm going to do now is search for Google Colab, and by clicking on this result, it will take me to this page I've got here. Are you all following me? Well, this is a programming environment that uses a Jupyter Notebook. You might be asking yourself what that means. Well, a Jupyter Notebook is a way of mixing text, as you see here, with code, which can be run by clicking right here, okay? And down here, it's going to give us the result. So this is all about being able to mix text and code so that we have the explanations and the code that we are doing in a very compact way. The nice thing about Google Colab is that it allows us to upload files. It offers us, I think it's up to 78 gigabytes of cloud storage, and it also allows us to use GPUs to accelerate running artificial intelligence stuff for free to run. So it's very, very powerful. Having said this, let's get started. The very first thing is that we have to tell Google Colab that we want to create a new notebook. And with this new notebook, let's see if it fully loads. It might take a little bit of time because we are working in the cloud. All right, so here we have it. Now we can rename it. I'm going to name it test. And this file is going to be loaded and available in our own Google Drive account, which means that it's taking some cloud space from our Google account. Okay? And here I can add a new cell of code that I already had one made. Okay? I have two, or a new text cell, to put text in the middle. This interface, as usual, allows us to manage, use settings, delete stuff, etc. And in this code cell, I am going to hit Ctrl+V to paste the code that ChatGPT had made for me. Well, the sum of the 1,000 numbers is this much. It has executed it correctly, all right? The nice thing about all this is that by clicking on, let me find it. This is here in the execution environment tab. And here I can tell it that I want, well, Python 3 or R. The Jupyter Notebooks that Google Colab gives us are either in the R language or Python 3, and then I can ask it if I want to use the GPU for an accelerated hardware. All right, so now it will disconnect itself and reconnect on its own once again. And now if I run it, depending on the type of code, it would be much, much faster, okay? It's been faster. The good thing about this is that I can come over here and tell it to upload some files, and then I can reference those files to work with them over here. And then what I can do, which I have some example data here, is to come here, and with this button over here, I would download the file. Then I can generate a file in the cloud and then download it, okay? Notice that right now I have 54 gigabytes out of the 78 available. Before we are done, let me show you guys what should we do if we happen to want to create another cell of code. In that case, I would click here and I could load some libraries so I can add another code. And if I want to put some text in the middle, then I can write it here and explain whatever I want about the code. I could even add some graphics, as you have seen in this example. In that case, they have even added a video. You can also use the different variables that you have generated in this piece of code in order to generate a program that works sequentially. In other words, a program that works in different parts. With all this, I will end this video in which I've told you how to use Google Colab to make programs in Python. I hope this has been useful. See you in the next lesson, students.